What's up, everybody? It's your favorite legit imports favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Revoltech Ironman Mark VII. Now, there's a bit of a story as to how this got into my presence. My buddy Joe KW went to Japan. He goes like every year. It's like a family vacation for them. Like most people go to the beach, Joe goes to Japan. While he was there, he linked up with Mike. You can follow him on Instagram, Bionic 6 Shooter, all spelled out. And he gave Joe 3 things to give to me. He gave this, which I'm actually impressed with. He gave this, which is like some sort of knockoff something. I don't know why he gave me this. I think he wanted me to destroy this. The face keeps popping off. This is why I don't do knockoffs, ladies and gents, among other reasons, which I promise we will get to one day. But he gave me this as well. I'm not going to do a video on this, but there he is next to him. And he is a mess. This guy is a mess. And he gave me a Revoltech Stormtrooper, which he had been wanting me to take a look at. And I get gifts from people ever so often, and it is flattering, and I do appreciate it. And every gift that's ever been given to me is on display in my basement in some way, shape, or form to kind of mark that. You know, like I don't take that for granted at all. But this was a lot. This was a lot to give me, and I don't really feel like I deserve it. So I felt like I needed to send it back. No, it's too much. I gotta send this back to him. There's you know, 3 packages because I like to wrap everything nicely. And let's just put it in here. 3 packages, medium size, to Japan total. You know, he wouldn't have given them to me if he didn't want me to have them. You know, that's kind of what's holding me up. But not all things can happen. So instead of that, let's look at this figure and we'll start with the accessories. Also, this is part of the Legacy of Revoltech collection. I'm not sure if that makes a difference, but figure since it's on there, I might as well mention it. So you get this display stand. This is for his foot, this peg here, and then this peg is for an arm that used to come with it, but doesn't anymore. I had to look that up because it does come with this, which is like a little piece you put in front, let you know what it is. But I was like, oh, no brainer. This is going to fit on there. It even has a little hole. No, not the case. I don't know if it fits on here either. No. So you just have to kind of sit that in there. I guess you could sit it there like that to kind of secure it, but I guess it's nice. And then he comes with 2 sets of additional hands for left and right, 2 like straight hands. And what's nice about these is they have like an opening there in the back so that the hinge will allow the hand to go straight up. And both of those have ports which have 2 translucent accessories which can plug into them that are just like an orange translucent. There's a longer one and then a shorter one. And then there's 2 hands that look like he's getting ready to open fire. So let's take a look at the figure. The head is on a Revoltech joint, which is basically a ball hinge that's ratcheted with a peg at both ends. So it swivels both at the head and at the neck if you want to. And then the ratchet actually gets you a fair bit up, a fair bit down, and then the swivel. And then the neck is on additional ball hinge, ratcheted, I'm guessing, that gets you down to there and up, nothing really for the up, which is fine. The paint is chipping, and obviously this is used, but the paint is chipping in certain places, so that's a bummer, but there is a nice metallic red and gold paint and silver paint throughout. I don't think there's anything else to talk about in terms of paint detailings, but it's fully painted. We'll move on down. On the back of the figure, you have these bits, which do open up, so that's cool. They're on hinges, and they're painted underneath, which is a nice touch. We have the same... You can kind of, actually, that looks like it's a long peg that goes up into the chest, and then it's the ratcheted ball hinge at the chest to the abdomen. So that gets you an ab crunch up, nothing really, down to there, which is nice, and then you can swivel it as well. The waist, I thought the waist swiveled. I guess I'm wrong. This is a soft piece of plastic that like covers the guts, like the structure, the skeleton of the figure, which is just strange to me. I'm not I don't see the use for it because it's not like this really pushes against it when you have it down. I don't know. I don't get it, but it's there. For the shoulder, we have another ball hinge. You can see it swivels at the base of the body and inside the bicep. And then the shoulder armor is actually attached with a same Revoltech joint here, like a ball, which is basically a ball hinge. Once again, the swivels at both ends. But it's ratcheted. So it actually is pretty effective. It's not the prettiest joint in the world, but it does work. So you can kind of move it out of the way, get the arm in the position you want it in, and then adjust it. And it does give you a great range on the figure, which gets you up to there at least, and then down, and of course the swivel around. And the bicep swivel works around that joint. Elbow, once again, ratcheted ball hinge, swivels at both sides and gets you up to there. At least I think it swivels at both sides, yeah. And then the same for the wrist. So you can go up, down, and then you should be able to swivel that joint and get the in out if you'd like. And everything, I gotta say, everything is really well sculpted and painted. Like, it's clean and it's a nice sculpt, so that's cool. Same for the other side. Revoltech. This fell off. Let's put it back on. You can see how this stuff is made. Like, this is one piece. It connects to here, just pegs in. This piece pegs in. This is a floating piece that goes over top, and then this piece pegs in. So it's worth seeing. We'll take it as a happy accident. Legs are universals. They get you out to there, which is a great range, and forward and back to there. So nothing really back, but a good bit forward. And then the thigh does swivel around it. So that all works well. The knee is a double jointed knee. It is ratcheted at both ends. It's not a ball hinge, but it's basically two ball hinges that are connected, and then they swivel as well. So that all works well. The ankle, they do have ankle flaps. So these pieces come up on a ratcheted ball hinge, and then the feet, then you get an ankle tilt up to there. This piece comes back, and you can get it down to there. Obviously, it's going to swivel, and then if you adjust it right, you'll get the rocker. So it is really well designed. Like, I mean, not designed necessarily. Here's the thing. A lot of these Revoltech figures are well designed in kind of how they're approached. It's just whether or not it's effective. And this one is honestly really effective. And I'm not sure why, because a lot of the engineering is pretty similar or on par with other ones that I don't feel are as done as well. But this one does work well for what it's worth. And it looks cool. There he is with the SH Figuarts Ironman from Civil War, I think, right? And the Hasbro Black Panther. So pretty much in scale with your average 1/12 figure. Final thoughts wise, I have to say this is a much better effort than the previous Iron Man figure I looked at from Revoltech that was on loan to me from Philip. This is a much better done figure. Everything pretty much just works more efficiently across the board. It still has a few shortcomings, like those joints are a little difficult to work with sometimes. That's just kind of par for the course. These figures have a tendency, because everything is just pegged in, they have a tendency to fall apart while you're manipulating them. I mean, I think we saw it happen, at least with the arm while we were doing the figure. You know, and the knees look a little out of place, but there's plenty of positive to say here. Like, it is pretty stable. Like, at least it can stand. And even though it can stand, it comes with a stand, unlike that other Revoltech Iron Man I looked at that couldn't stand for anything. It's painted to the nines. It's moderately priced, given what it is, I guess, in terms of import stuff. And it's like, it comes with enough accessories to kind of get the job done of anything you'd want, and it kind of invokes the character. So I don't hate it. I think there are better options out there at this point. I think the SH Figuarts is a better option. I've never messed with one of the Figmas, but my gut instinct is telling me that that's probably better as well. They did an Iron Man, didn't they? Yeah, because this other one is a KO of it. But all in all, I think this is a pretty cool effort, and like, I wouldn't have necessarily bought it, but if you were interested in it, I can't think of any reason to tell you not to buy it, other than I think there are better options out there. I do appreciate the gift, Mike. Thank you very much. I wanted to take a look at it and make sure you knew I was appreciative. You know, it traveled across the shining seas in order to get to me, and it does mean a lot to be a part of my collection. And if you guys want it, there's nothing to make me advise you not to get it. It's pretty much kind of fine. It does what it's supposed to do. It's better than a Legends, not as good as a Figuarts, if that makes sense. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.